Hello, everyone. All right, today my team wanted me to talk about the do's and don'ts of dropshipping. Dropshipping for Amazon sellers, Walmart sellers has been a big deal in the last few quarters. And if you ask me, really, it started with right when COVID came around. So, got a quick presentation. Let me just share my screen. All right, there we go. Do's and don'ts of dropshipping. Right around the time when COVID hit, there was a lot of these companies that popped up with um, sort of done for you services and new business opportunities and all of that. And I'm not saying that all of these were scams, but a good portion of them were scams, and maybe initially it didn't turn out. That wasn't their intention. I don't know what their MO was, but some of these really didn't work out well, right? Their intention, their mindset aside. Um, but really they started around COVID, and the scam, not the scam, but the idea would work like this. Give us $30,000 or $50,000 or $10,000 and we'll build a store for you, a drop shipping store. And the idea would be they would create an Amazon account for you, a Seller Central account, and then you would give them your credit card in most cases. They would list inventory on Amazon, and they would fulfill that inventory when they received orders on Amazon. They would fulfill it from Walmart, from Home Depot, from any other marketplace, online marketplace, right? And Amazon does not allow that. And we'll get into that in just a second. But this caused a lot of issues with account suspensions, with Amazon holding funds, and even terminating your Seller Central account, meaning you've really got zero chance of coming back on Amazon. So let's talk about what sort of drop shipping, what method of drop shipping Amazon allows and what method they don't allow. So Amazon does allow drop shipping if the package, the product that the customer, the Amazon customer receives, lists you as the seller. And what that means is if I've got a store on Amazon and my company or my Seller Central name, my store name is Mario Store, then that's what should be on the packaging, right? So that's one thing. Any invoices, any packaging slips, really any sort of packaging, any sort of document that goes on the box or inside the box should have you as the seller. Now, what's the inverse of that? It would be if a customer on Amazon buys from Mario Store, but they get a box from Walmart.com or they get a box from Sears, right? That would be not allowed. Or if they just receive a generic box, but on the shipping label, it says Home Depot or it says store 123, but the Amazon customer purchased from Mario Store, right? So that's not allowed. So again, you've got to be the record, the seller of record. That's one thing. And then you also should be responsible for accepting and processing any returns. Now, why does Amazon do this? Think about it from a brand perspective, right? We spend a lot of time on this channel talking about trademarks and all of that. So trademarks equals brands, right? Think of it that way. So imagine the loss of reputation or even confusion if an Amazon customer buys a product, such as a coffee mug, but now receives a box from Walmart. They may even refuse it and say, I didn't order anything from Walmart, right? So that's the idea. That's one of the reasons why Amazon doesn't allow it. Number two, it's really not a great customer service experience for anyone. If an Amazon customer is buying from Amazon, they expect it to be sent from Amazon. So if you are going to drop ship, make sure that you are the seller of record. Make sure the packaging, the invoices, any other material that's inside the box or on the box, on the packaging, has you as a seller of record. Okay. Now, this could be done in a way that does comply with Amazon's policy. there's a lot of 3PL companies, a lot of reputable 3PL companies out here. I know one of them out here in near LA that a lot of our clients use is Ship Depot. Now, Ship Depot will allow you or offers you the ability to store your products, but if you ever get an order, the packaging slip is going to have your name on it as the sender. It's not going to have their name, or it's not going to have Walmart, of course, or Home Depot, anything like that. It's going to have your name. So that's completely acceptable, right? Now, what's not acceptable is this sort of online or a form of retail arbitrage or online arbitrage that these people do. So that's where all these companies, again, during COVID, they came up with these sort of get rich quick schemes, or sort of done for you models that really didn't work well. And Amazon was able to identify a lot of sellers for drop shipping and get them suspended. Now, here's the good news. If you have been suspended for drop shipping or Section 3 violation, Amazon, what we've noticed is Amazon in the last couple of weeks has become a lot more lenient with respect to reinstating these accounts, these Amazon Seller Central accounts that were suspended for Section 3 or for drop shipping. So if you need help with that, contact the office. The information's on your screen at the bottom. Okay. But let's go on. Let's talk about what does make a good supplier. One of the ways that a lot of Amazon sellers get started is by doing some sort of arbitrage, right? And they always ask the question, what makes a good supplier or drop shipping supplier? So we came up with this list. In all honesty, we didn't come up with this list. We found this online and added some of our own. But this retail arbitrage or online arbitrage or drop shipping is a great way for anyone to get started on Amazon with a minimum investment, right? It's not like it's private label where it requires a substantial investment. Drop shipping or any sort of arbitrage model requires less of an investment. So if you're looking for a supplier, whether it's drop shipping or not, then here are some of the things you should be looking for. Number one, a good supplier isn't going to ask you for you to allow them to have access to your Seller Central account. If they do, red flag. Okay. Number two, they should be able to provide you with proof, with authorization that they are allowed to sell this specific brand. If they're selling, I don't know, let's say Apple, if they're selling Apple, then they should have authorization, and they should be willing to give you proof that they do have authorization, or show you proof that they do have authorization. Okay. Number three, if there's anything that's patented that they're selling, they should be able to show you their license. Okay. And the last one, they should have experience with working with other Amazon sellers or other Amazon drop shippers. And then the last thing I would mention that's really not on here is they should have a very good understanding of how Amazon works, what Amazon's policies are, right? So those are things that you should be looking out for when you're looking for a drop shipping supplier, or just really any supplier. Okay. Again, if you've got your account suspended for drop shipping, now is a great time to start appealing it. And if you're going to be doing it yourself, I suggest you don't, unless you know what you're doing. Otherwise, reach out to us. Again, we've had a lot of success in the last couple of weeks with reinstating these accounts, drop shipping accounts. So give us a call, and information is right there as far as how to contact us. You could call the office, or you could send us an email. Okay. Any other questions, feel free to post it underneath this video, and we'll go ahead and cover it next time, or just respond in the comments. And if you're not following us, follow us. I try to do a video at least once every couple of weeks. Okay. All right. Thank you, and best of luck.